Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy. Welcome to my world. Here today, I'm doing a top 10 manga list. Like, I was just thinking one day, I was like, yo, what are my favorite manga? And then I was just thinking, I was like, oh, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can name them off my finger. And then I tried, and I was like, oh, dang, like, this is kind of hard. Once I got like past six or something, I was like, dang, like, what else am I gonna put over there? But you know what I'm saying? I made it through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, top 10 manga list. So before I begin, make sure to support me, follow me on Anime Amino, on Instagram, on Patreon. That's right, I made a Patreon, so if you want to go on there, you know what I'm saying, support your boy, because, you know, I'm broke, you know. Yeah, links for all that will be in the description down below. But yeah, on to the video. Okay, so before I get into the list, let me get into the honorable mentions. Like, the manga, these manga I either want to read or I've only read like a little bit of it. So first off, we're going with Badu nan Kiro Motero. I fucked up that, but you know what I'm saying, it's okay. But yeah, that manga, I read one chapter of it, and yo, like, no BS. It looked dope. It looked dope as hell. Like excluding the fan service, like excluding all that. Like, I used to play football. I used to do track. Like, I like fitness. Fitness is dope. You know what I'm saying? Working out, getting in shape. And you've seen the people in the anime community. Some of them just let themselves go. So, you know what I'm saying? This might be the one manga to be like, okay, it wasn't Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't One Piece. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Fits in the North Star, you know. But this manga right here might be the one to finally get them off their ass and start doing some training. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Danbaru. Next, Bakke. I've seen the anime. You know what I'm saying? I like the anime. I love the anime. The anime is dope. I like the anime really a lot. The manga, on the other hand, I have not really got into. I've seen whole chapters out of order, and I'm like, yo, like, this is really dope. Like, let me watch it, but I'll never get around to it. So Bakke has so much history, and like, it has so many volumes behind it, that I'm like, yo, like, I'm gonna need to sit down for like a whole week to read that. And I'm probably gonna do that in the future, but probably no time soon, honestly. But yeah, Bakke. And last but not least, for the honorable mentions, is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was that show that everyone was talking about, but I waited a while before Attack on Titan actually came out, and then I started watching the anime, and then I read the manga, and I liked it. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? But where Attack on Titan started to fall off for me was when we got to the, you know what I'm saying, and obviously there's gonna be spoilers in this if I didn't already mention it, but yeah, we're starting to get off to the other kingdom and like the other island, and you had the I don't remember the names, honestly, but you had those two like countries, and they was going to war against each other, and then it kind of threw me off, cause I was like, whoa, hold on. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Slow it down, Isayama. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of dipped for me, and I haven't really been reading the last, like, I don't know, like 10 chapters, maybe less. But I stopped reading. I really stopped caring. Like, I really stopped caring around like chapter 100, like 100, like 2 or something like that. It was after Sasha died, but it was around the time Aaron went into jail. That's around the time I stopped caring. I really stopped caring. Like, I didn't really give a damn. But yeah, on to the actual list now. Coming in at number 10 is Rikudo. If you don't know what Rikudo is, it's kind of like Hajime no Ippo mixed with like it's kind of like Hajime no Ippo mixed up with One Piece, honestly, because you have this little boy, you know what I'm saying, he looks up to this one Yakuza guy, you know what I'm saying, that's why he gets into boxing, and from then on, it's just, he has a horrible life, you know what I'm saying. His mom was a druggie, you know what I'm saying, and so was his dad, and he saw his mom die in front of him, you know. The one thing that he feels like he can do in this world is box, you know. So it's emotional, because he's in foster care, and there's one foster girl likes him, and it's just great, you know what I'm saying. It's just a great manga. I put it at 10 because I haven't really been catching up with it. That's why I low-key wanted to put it in honorable mentions, but I was like, you know what, even though Attack on Titan I've been reading longer, Rikudo got a lot of potential, and Attack on Titan been dipping, so, you know, I'm not gonna put a show that's dipping in a list rather than a show that's rising, you know. But yeah, that's Rikudo. Number 9, Deadman Wonderland. Deadman Wonderland, I got into it. I got into the anime when I was watching Toonami, like when it came back, like in 2012 or something. And I saw one episode on Toonami, and I was like, "Yo, that's kind of dope." And then I started looking it up online and started watching it, and then I finished it, and I was like, "Yo, I need more. I need more." And you know, the anime. If the anime ever come back, I'm losing my shit. But I started reading the manga, and I saw the differences in the manga. But you know, the manga, it's just great. The artwork's great. The characters is great. You know what I'm saying? Ganta, he goes from this. I can understand him being timid and scared and whiny, but he goes from this child that is just devastated and like totally unaware of his environment to like this badass that's like completely like proactive, and I fucks with that so much. And if you don't know what Deadman Wonderland is, it's basically a show where there was a great earthquake, quote unquote earthquake, in Tokyo, and a lot of people were affected by it, and as a result of that earthquake, people called dead men appeared, and dead men are people that basically can use their blood as weapons, pretty much. So some people can use them as shields, but yeah, like I was saying, some people can use them as shields, some people can use them as scythes, some people can use them as projectiles. You know, some people can even use them out of their hair. You know, like the blood out of their head by ripping out their hair. Like that character is great, like best character. Yeah. But anyway, that was Deadman Wonderland. Moving on to number 8, Hunter x Hunter. People gonna be mad. They're like, why you put Hunter x Hunter higher on the list? I put it Hunter x Hunter is low on the list because I have not been keeping up with it. That's the only reason. You know, I have not been keeping up with it. A lot of stuff to read. I have to be in a certain mind state to read Hunter x Hunter. Intellectually, I have to be like ready to read whole damn essays and shit. And they're like, oh, were you complaining? I'm not complaining. I fucks with Hunter x Hunter. Like the anime got me into the manga. If it wasn't for the anime, I would have not got into Hunter x Hunter. You know what I'm saying? I tried like twice to get into anime. Finally got into it. You know what I'm saying? Then I got into the manga. Manga's dope. One thing, when I got on it, it was after the anime, definitely, and it was the introduction of Beyond the Tarot, you know what I'm saying, introduction of the life forms on the Dark Continent, and I was like, yo, like Dark Continent, like we're going like what's going on? Maki, like, yo, like that's the first thing I thought of, because I've watched Maki longer than I've read Maki longer than I've read Hunter x Hunter, and when I heard Dark Continent, I was like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah, did I mention there's gonna be spoilers? But yeah, but yeah. I know y'all motherfuckers is like, stop saying yeah, hurry up. I'm like, okay. Hunter x Hunter is an amazing manga is just so well thought out, and it's just great, you know, like from the fight with Crollo and Hisoka. Some people may call it bullshit how Hisoka came back, but it did some good stuff for his character, because now with what's going on in the manga now, you have the Phantom Troop, who has a new member, which is Illumi, plus Hisoka is on the ship. You have Leorio, the Zodiacs. You have Kurapika, who him and Leorio are like pseudo like Zodiacs right now, taking the parts of Pariston and Jing. And speaking of which, those two are also on the boat with Beyond the Tarot. So the only two people who aren't on the boat, it seems like, is Killua and Gon. Killua's still off with he's still off with his brother, his sister, you know, and Gon, he's back on Whale Island. Don't have no Nin. It's just crazy, you know? Like everyone is literally going to the Dark Continent except for those two. Like, so whatever the effects of the Dark Continent is gonna happen, if they don't come, then whatever comes out of the Dark Continent, it's good. They better be ready, you know. But yeah, damn, that sounds like more of like a review than like a whatever. Going on to number 7, Berserk. I can see a lot of people be like, oh dang, why'd you put Berserk so low, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Berserk is cool. Berserk is like one of the dopest manga I ever gotten to. And when I first got into Berserk, I was like, yo, like it's so dark. Cause I got into I knew it was dark, but it's literally dark. Like it's like pitch black. Like you can barely see the panels. Like nah, but for real though, I got into Berserk by the movies, because I tried to watch the 1999 anime and I was like, yeah, nah, I can't do it. And then like I got into the movies, right? The like the 3-part Golden Age movies and all that, and I was like, yo, this is dope. And then I started watching the 2015, 16 anime, and I watched it, you know what I'm saying, even though it was CG, like I didn't really care. I was like, let me just get this content, you know what I'm saying? So I got it, and then after that point, I didn't watch the 17 version because I was at that point I had already read the manga. So after the 15, 16 anime, I had started reading the manga, and I was like, yo, this is like really good. And people call it like the best story and like the best manga ever. And I'm like, I can definitely see why. I wouldn't say it's the best manga ever for me, just personally, but I can see why. You know what I'm saying? It's very, the manga takes their time writing. You can tell that because the story, it doesn't drag, but it's like in real time, like where like these things aren't just gonna happen because of a power up. Guts doesn't get power ups. The only thing you can consider a power up is the armor he gets when they're in the witch's forest. That's all you can consider a power up. But it's not even good because he can't use it, because every time he uses it, it breaks his arms and legs, and it creates like a darkness inside of him. So not very good power up. If anything, it weakens him. It weakens him because it breaks his bones, because it exceeds the human limitations. And y'all may be like, what limitations? Guts didn't have limits. Guts had limits. When his fucking legs are turned twisted all the way around and the armor twists them all the way back, I'm pretty sure it's a damn limit. But yeah, yeah, it's just like it's real time based, and you can feel the struggle on all the characters, and most of the characters are cool. Like there's this one character who I hated. Like she was like a knight or a princess or some shit like that, and she was just so like horrible, you know. She was just, and then she joined Guts, and then I was like, why are you joining the group? Like, but I could see the redemption arc coming. Like she was going to get a redemption arc, and she had a very good change, and her character development was awesome, honestly. And it just takes its time, and you can appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? You could appreciate that, even though it has the same problem as Hunter x Hunter, where their mangas take longer than most. Like, and I don't mean that like a monthly, I mean that like they take breaks like a lot, but you know, I still love it. All right, going in at number 6, that would be Bleach. All right, so with Bleach, yeah, Bleach was my favorite manga at one point when I was reading it weekly. Yeah, Bleach was my favorite manga, but over time, it's still like one of my, it has a special place in my heart. You know, Bleach with all of the crew, Ichigo, Chad, Rukia, Uryu, Renji, like Kenpachi, like. Honestly, Bleach was for a long time my favorite anime, my best anime, because when I got into the big 3, Dragon Ball Z I got into when I was a child, but I'm talking about the big 3: One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. Naruto got into as a kid, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. One Piece, I saw the 4 kids, and then I saw the Funimation, but Bleach I saw before One Piece. So for everyone that's like, oh, One Piece is better. Yes, One Piece is better. But Bleach, I like better than Naruto and One Piece. Just because it gave me that feeling early on that it was just dope. It was just badass. Like, I don't know how to explain it for Bleach, but Bleach is just, I like it. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand the criticisms. I can understand the endings of both the anime and the manga being not as good as we wanted. But at the end of the day, I still hold Bleach at a higher echelon than most people probably would. But Bleach, definitely is my favorite, one of my favorite mangas. It holds a special place in my heart. It doesn't hurt that I didn't put it at number 1, because I knew I wasn't going to put it at number 1, but I knew it was going to make this list, But yeah.